here with me today is engineer and Mrs. Austin Arubi. It's a pleasure to have you, sir.
Pleasure too.
Welcome.
Thanks, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, sir.
What attracted me to your family is this. Late last year, we were together and you said something that struck me so hard, and when opportunity came, I had to use it. We were discussing, and you said the best thing that can happen to any man is intertribal marriage.
Sure.
What makes you think so?
No, intertribal marriage is a platform where you learn. You learn your spouse,
Okay.
language, the culture of the people.
Okay.
You know, we're all coming from different backgrounds. You learn the culture, talk about the food. You know, every man is happy when the wife can give him good food.
That's true.
So, by reason of marriage within your tribe, you are limited to certain form of diet. But by reason of intertribal marriage, you have large varieties to play with.
I hope Madam have not started spoiling with those varieties
Oh,
already.
especially the fact that she's coming from Courtship state,
Wow.
where cooking is perfectly done.
Wow.
So it's a good experience.
Where are you from?
By the way, I'm from DGD extraction. Benue State.
Benue State.
Yes.
And Madam, you?
I'm Efik by tribe,
Efik.
Cross River.
Cross River. But what attracted you to this young, handsome man?
Well, he's a principled person, yeah, and he's someone who is hardworking and responsible. So those are those are secondary factors. Anyway, the primary factor is God himself. God is the one who is the best matchmaker, if I would say.
Yeah.
So he ordered our steps in such a way that we were able to get to meet each other.
Sir, how did you guys meet?
How you are looking at the
Meeting
practical way.
point, how you got
Yes.
started.
Yes.
Tell us, we want to know.
You know, I thank God that we were not operating in isolation.
Okay.
Like she said, God is behind it all.
Yeah.
Somehow you order a step and we found ourselves in a common working place.
Wow. You guys are both your colleagues
We were colleagues
till date.
till date.
Wow.
You know, the working place provide a platform, you know, to study her, to know her,
You went there to work and go on.
and all that. So the working place was the common ground we had.
Okay.
Other things began cropping up
Wow.
within the same system.
Okay.
That place gave me the opportunity to have access to her character, her person.
When you developed likeness for her, did you ask other colleagues concerning her character, behaviors, and all that, or you went ahead with your own judgments and your own perception directly?
Well, apart from my own judgment, like she said earlier, the primary drive was the fact that the whole stuff began from God, or with God. And that was the primary drive. The move was from that angle. So, third party input was to some extent not of value, if I would put it in that way. You know, just maybe putting it in that way, third party input was inconsequential. Why am I saying that? The Bible says somewhere that parents can give home and riches to their children. You know, but a good wife, an understanding one, comes from the Lord. You know, so in such outing, one don't need to seek opinion primarily from people first. The first place of contact should be God. And if God is the drive, is the initiator, you will discover that things will fall in place in God.
When both of you were colleagues before then until now, were there issues or obstacles from the management where you work?
There was no such things. It happened that we were colleagues, but along the line, she broke away from the system for further studies. I think it was why she was away.
That alone gave you a little allowance.
Yes, it was why she was away that the process began behind the scene, without the knowledge of the management in the system.
You are Igede by tribe, she's Efik by tribe. You are from Benue, she's from Cross River.
Yes.
Ma, when children start coming, what's going to be the language of the home?
Well, the language of the home, we are not specific to a particular tribe per se, but it will really be nice if the children can learn the Igede, because that's going to be their place of birth and their origin. So we are working towards achieving that, and that is by me myself learning first, so that I'll also be able to communicate same with the children.
Can you turn and look at your husband and say, I love you in Igede?
Yeah, and she got it right.
Sir, can you do send to her? Say, I love you in Efik.
Anyway, I'm in the process of picking it.
Mother, kudos to you. I think you are doing well.
Yeah.
I have noted that when the children come, they're going to teach them how to learn their father's tongue.
Yeah, definitely.
Festive period. Most persons travel home Christmas period and festive period and all that. In situations like this, you don't want to be traveling to Cross River, going to Benue State. There's going to be contradictions and confusion. How do you balance these two?
Well, maybe let me respond. There's nothing wrong visiting either family. By reason of marriage, our biological parent has become our own biological parent in a way. And by the same reason, my parent has become hers. The two families have become one.
That's true.
So all we just need to do is to sit down and iron things out. If there is need to visit Calabar, we go down. If there is need to visit, or be precisely where our parent from our own end are currently residing, we go. And if there is need not to go anywhere, we remain within the confines of our dwelling.
Man, he came around and you liked him and you were thinking of settling down.
Yeah.
With the father, he's not from your place. What were your parents' reactions and response towards that?
Well, my parents did not have any negative or rejection per se. They welcomed the idea. Okay. Yeah, my dad is someone who has traveled across Nigeria, and so he is not really keen to where the individual is coming from. There are other core issues of concern rather than looking at the tribe. Yeah.
Sir, in your own end, what were your parents' reactions?
There was no reaction in terms of negative reaction.
Okay.
There were reactions, but they were positive.
Okay.
It was only yes.
Wow.
In the sense that, like my parent, by reason of being a civil servant, if I'm to use that word, with the federal outfit, he has stayed in almost all the 6 geopolitical zones of this country. He has operated in almost the 6 of them, and he had that privilege, having an insight, an idea of what some of the cultural differences in those areas entail. So there was no resistance. It was always.
With what you are eating now, will you still advise any of your sister or your friend to marry from Benue State?
Yes.
Or not just Benue precisely, but will you encourage or support intertribal marriage?
Of course. The issue here is not about the tribe itself. It's the individual in question. So you can marry from your tribe, go Igede, and it will still not work perfectly. And you can also say, okay, maybe I'll try intertribal marriage, and you will still have challenges. So first of all, the individual in question should be the main focus first before even considering the tribe. So if everything is perfect, or at least fine with the individual that you're getting married to, you people have common goals, you're like-minded, so everything will work out, irrespective of if both of you are from the same tribe or different tribes.
What advice do you have for our parents out there that are not in support of their children marrying from another place. Not just our parents, but even the youth out there, the single out there. A whole lot of persons are scared of intertribal marriage commitment. What advice do you have for them based on your own experience and what you are in right now?
Like my wife said, it depends on individual and families.
That's true.
Because every tribe has their own peculiar challenges or weaknesses, But if you isolate an individual or a family, you discover that there are individuals and families with positive characters, good strengths.
I remember, sorry, let me fix it a little. You and I were talking some time ago, and you said, even you at a point when you heard a whole that Calabar girls, but yours is different, her family is different. Now, there are some places that they have given them negative mindset and label that these people from this place, they are like this, they are like that. Now, what would you have to tell the audience, the viewers out there?
I don't normally like generalization.
Okay, to generalize things.
It's not correct. Like I said, individuals differ and families differ.
That's true.
If you come to Igede, for instance, there are certain Igede persons that hold on to certain values. There are some families that don't hold on to such values.
I believe.
And maybe basically because of their faith,
their orientation, their upbringing.
Their minds have been renewed by reason of their faith. Their minds have been renewed by reason of civilization or education.
Okay.
So a lot of persons throw away certain traditional practices or beliefs that are not, number one, that is not compatible with their faith, and then is not obtainable in this 21st century. So as many parents that are having fear, or family members that are having fear, yes, it's a normal thing. It is normal to have fears.
Yeah.
Imagine that your daughter or your son is going to be with somebody who you are not sure how they behave.
Yeah.
Or maybe perhaps you have heard negative things about such tribes. You have a lot of concern. In short, such concern is out of love.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? It's not out of hatred.
Yes.
First, I want young people or intending couple to understand that when parents are beginning to have such fears or express fears, it's not out of hatred, it's out of love for you. No child or no parent will want to see their children suffering tomorrow. So the concerns are good, but parents should also understand that by reason of mingling, the children have come to mingle with certain persons. Maybe their schools have provided platform, the service here, the church, place of work,
like
and
it happened to you.
Yes,
if not for your place of work, you wouldn't have met.
Exactly. Has given that space to study a particular individual, and if you're okay, why not? There should be no resistance.
What do you have to say for intending couples, the young ladies out there that are thinking of getting married to a non-tribal person and they are scared? What advice do you have for them? They're out there listening to you and they want to learn from your story.
Yeah, the advice, like I said earlier, the advice is you knowing the individual you're getting married to. Okay, even if it's a different tribe, you should be able to understand the individual and then accept that, okay, I'm going into a new family, a new tribe entirely, and be willing to learn their ways and also adapt to new things that you would see might be totally strange from where you're coming from, as long as they are not violating God's principle or your own principle as a person. So there's nothing wrong in that.
Your husband kept on talking about the different varieties of food and all that. Since you got married, has he taught you any of their native food?
Yes, he has taught me their native soup. He prepared one, Odada.
He prepared it or he taught you?
No, he prepared it. So in the process of preparation, that's where I also learned.
Okay.
Yes, so,
and apart from the Odada, what else have you learned from him in terms of the native food?
Okay, in terms of the native food, there are other like this Watayam Akara. I had I've not known it before where they use butayam and then they fry it like akara and then they eat as pap. So it's the one that taught me. I'm now an expert in making it.
And then, sir, which of her native food has she taught you and the ones that you like so much?
No, anybody from that part of the country will know this one.
Okay.
Very rich, very sumptuous.
Okay.
Then we have afam soup.
Okay.
We have banga soup.
Banga.
Those soups have been consistent here since she came.
Wow.
You know, and all that. And many other. There's one that I'm still waiting for. It's not a soup, but it's a dish that I've heard a lot about it.
And she has not made up her mind to prepare it.
No, she will. It's just that having access to the ingredient is a challenge in this part of the country.
Wow.
But with time, we lay our hands on some of them and then use such things a try. They call it ekpang kupo.
Tell us about that, ma. We want to know.
No, it's prepared from grated cocoyam mixed together with waterayam.
Yeah.
It's just like it's the tender leaves of the cocoyam they use in wrapping the already blended cocoyam or waterayam, whichever one you prefer. So it's the fresh tender cocoyam leaves that is very difficult to obtain within this part of Nigeria. So that's why I've not been able to prepare.
So for how long did you court before you got married?
Basically 6-7 months.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't do any long court because we already know each other as colleagues and friends. So we just.
Did he ask you artificially you want to get married to you, or just
course.
from friendship level? And
No, it's from the official asking of will you get married. That's.
And we need that date to the marriage time. What's the duration?
It took 7 months. Yeah, from the time he asked and then to the time we got married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were there other suitors for his proposal?
Yes, there were other suitors before his.
And why did you decide to choose Engineer Austin instead of the others that were there before him?
Yeah. Well, because number one, the Christian factor. Okay. So this is an individual that lives a practical Christian life, not just going a church goer.
Okay.
Yes, and yeah, he has built my Christian faith from just mere conversation with him, and the peace of mind that one enjoys because you're sure of the individual, not someone that you're scared of his whereabouts and you develop a high blood pressure.
So yeah, speaking, I believe the audience out there are trying to encourage courtship, relationship in place of work now, because I felt that is the best place to actually study one and get to know one better than any other place.
Well, it's
because the environment which you met yourself made things easier and better for you.
We met on a daily basis, and while I was there, he didn't make any intentions of if he was going to marry, if we're getting married or anything. So there was nothing as such. So I was just living my normal life. He was living his normal.
At what point, sir, were you convinced and you asked her out that you're going to get married to her?
It took more than 4 to 5 months of seeking for conviction.
From God?
First from God, yeah. You know, so it took 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
When that was established, it was evidential that this is the person. I launched out.
Wow.
Yeah.
If anybody told me that you have mind to do this, I would not believe.
I'm never a coward.
Okay, in conclusion, where is the place of God in this home, in your marriage, in your union?
It's number one.
Yeah, it's the center of everything.
Okay.
It's number one. And you know, we try as much as possible under God to operate this relationship under His own value system and His principle, setting aside our cultural systems and all that. We're holding on to this one that is common to all of us, the Christian faith.
How do you manage your finances? You work in the same place and you are couples. How do you manage your finances? How do you come together with it?
Well, that's very simple. I thank God for the type of the person He gave to me as a wife.
Wow.
You know, whatever comes in as a resources, whether it be money, whatever it is, that is a resource that comes to the family. Either it's coming through me or through her.
It's for everybody.
We don't hold on to it tenaciously as my own. But for the family, she's only a channel through which resources can come to the family. I'm also a channel. So whatever comes in, it belongs to all of us.
What do you have to say concerning a family, a couple that is having a joint account?
I welcome it. But for me, I'm not having that. But I welcome it. It's very wonderful. We are not having joint account for now, but subsequently we'll do that. We are in short trying to ensure that certain legal requirements that are needed, we want to put them in place before.
But can you trust your husband enough to entrust your salary to him?
Yes, 100%.
She's doing that already.
Yeah, because
She's doing that already.
he wouldn't. Yeah.
She need money. Money is there. Take the ATM. Go and take it. Know the pin. There's no secret. Yes.
Wow.
That's right.
Well, viewers out there, I believe we have learned so much from the family of Mr. and Mrs. Austin Arubi. They are both non-tribal persons. Austin is from Benue State, Igede by tribe, and she is from Cross River, Efik by tribe. Whatever we need to learn from them, let's learn from them. They are young couples who met each other in a place of work. And by the grace of God, they are married and they're living happily. Pray that God bless your union, establish you and equip you and take you to a higher level. And those of our viewers out there, keep watching Abraham Boson Show, like our page, subscribe, share with your friends. See you next week. Bye bye.